Alright, welcome to an InkDependence.com brief video review and water drop test. This time we have this ink. This is Diamine's Majestic Blue. I actually got this ink because somebody said, hey, that's Ackerman number 5, Shocking Blue. I'm pretty sure that's Majestic Blue. And so I got this one to test that out because I didn't even have a sample of Majestic Blue. And I happened to be at Bertrand's Inkwell up in the DC area. It's actually in Maryland, I want to say, Rockville probably. But if you haven't been to Bertrand's Inkwell, go check that out. This is one I bought there. I got a couple of them. I got this, and I got, Audrey wanted Sargasso C, so I'll have this one coming up soon. I also got this, which is Schaefer Red, coming up. I don't know, eventually I'll get to that one. Anyway, let's put this over here. And this is a pretty nice ink, actually. I'm not upset to have gotten it. It is pretty expensive, though. I seem to remember Diamine inks being like $8, and now they're 12 or 14 or something. But I can't confirm that. I don't remember close enough. Oh man, I got some on my finger already. So anyway, a good start for today. You can see a bit of the sheen, actually, probably already around the edge of the bottle. This is a very, very sheen-tacular ink. This one, we'll put it away so I don't make any more messes. Get in the box. I get my finger on everything. Come on. Alright, there we go. So, Majestic Blue, that's what it is. And it looks more or less like this. Majestic Blue is, I think it's fairly close to the Shocking Blue. Let me see if I can find the Shocking Blue review. I should have gotten this one out before I started doing that, but I didn't. So, come on now. What's this? Is this it? No, it's Omizaki C. This is also a very close one. I think Omizaki C is actually closer than Shocking Blue. That's it? Here we go. So you can see these inks are actually quite a bit different to each other. Alright, come here. There we go. Alright, so this one is Majestic Blue. This one here is Omizaki C, and then this one is Shocking Blue. And you can see these two are actually not really that close, honestly. It's maybe a bit closer to Omizaki C, but it's not like that. So those of you who think that Majestic Blue might be Shocking Blue just rebranded, well, I don't think that's true. The chromatography will be kind of close on all three of these, as we'll see, but I don't think they're that close. We can look at them again here on Memosine cards. There we go. There's Majestic Blue. So these are, let's zoom in a little bit and rearrange, I suppose. There they are again. And again, I don't think they're that close. I mean, they're in the same neighborhood, but if you look at these two, one of these is definitely different from the other. I don't know. I don't think they're very close, personally. But there we go. We'll do that. We'll get to the rest of the review. So I like this ink, I think. I'm a little bit conflicted about it. As I say in the review, I'm not entirely sure how I feel about it. And the reason for that is that it looks pretty good on copy paper. It's a very nice blue on the copy paper test here. Look at this where it'll show. I think it's a nice one. It's got a sort of unique character to it. I think it's cool. But on Rhodia, it tends to be, I don't know, a little too sheeny, I think. I'm going to get more light in here and adjust the blinds. No, can't seem to do it. Can't do it. Let's see. We'll go over here right quick. If I can move enough things out of the way. I have too much stuff going on in my office. There. Maybe that'll help. So you can see a whole lot of sheen there. I mean, that sheen is really heavy. In fact, it kind of makes it difficult to see what the color is underneath all that sheen. The top bit there is written with the Levenger Select. It's a True Writer Select. It's a medium nib. The bottom one is a Franklin Christoph broad stub. That's a Mike Masayama nib. You can see quite a lot of sheen. More sheen there than you might have thought. So from earlier, I had to get some sunlight on it. All right. So in fact, let's look at these three while we got them sitting here. And we can do some sheen. Oh, come on, goodness. I'm having to move a whole tripod and everything. This is not particularly well planned out, I guess. There we go. Come on, son. Dang. There we are. All right. You can see the Shocking Blue is actually way darker. It's got more sheen to it. You can barely see what's underneath it, but it's definitely darker. A whole different character than Majestic Blue. So that one, if you like the Ackerman Shocking Blue, don't worry about it being a rebrand, because I really don't think it is. All right. The other thing that makes me a little bit torn on this one, is this, which is that it really comes through the back of a page. There's a whole lot of bleed going on here. This is the broad stub. And of course, a broad stub is going to have more bleed than another one. The medium, not too bad. Not bad at all. But there is some, I don't know, feathering a little bit, some spread, definitely some bleed. So it's not the best behaved ink. And I've been using a lot of really well behaved inks right now, and so that's kind of disappointing to me. That's why I'm a little bit conflicted. And here I've got some more that are next to each other. Sargasso Seas there, also Omazaki, of course, Shocking Blue, and Sailor Siboku, which is their pigmented blue, which I've just started using and actually like quite a lot. All right, so let's see how this does with a water test. Get some water. All right, and here we go. Get a little on the word there. Yeah, it's already making a mess. That doesn't bode particularly well for any kind of water resistance. Although I'm not really expecting any. It's not billed as having any water resistance as far as I know. I've never seen that as a claim. So we ought not to be too disappointed, I suppose. There we go. All right. Look at all that came up. That is a huge amount. Is there anything left? Yeah, I mean, you can tell what it was at one point. Am I going to say it's water resistant? No. Not really, although that's kind of a term that doesn't have a definite meaning, I suppose, but it's definitely smeared up pretty hard. You can kind of see what that used to be, but any more than a little bit of exposure, and even like, if it's my exposure that's moving, I imagine it'll be even worse. So yeah, I'm not going to say that one's any kind of water resistant. Here is the chromatography. Let's go ahead and zoom in. I'll put it over here so we can do a side by side. All right, and as you'll see, this is where the original line was, and it's fled all the way up to here. And here are a couple of them that are close. That's the number 5, the Shocking Blue. And then next to that, see if I can line these up kind of. There we go. I've got Omazaki C. And you can see that they're pretty close. Ackerman number 5 definitely has a different, I don't know, sort of chromatography texture. This one has much more deep blue in there. This one gets more teal, and this one's kind of just a whole nother animal. It's just, it fades more, but it's less streaky. So anyway, there's a few that are kind of interesting, and they all go to about the same height, which I think is interesting, but I don't know what that means. So anyway, that's the chromatography on that guy. So this has been Diamine's, or Diamine, I actually don't know which one it is, one of the two, Majestic Blue. It's a cool ink. It doesn't behave super well on copy paper if you're using a big nib. If you're using a smaller nib, it's pretty good. Oh, another thing I should say is that I've had some hard starts. Let's see how it works. I haven't used this pen today. Let's give it a squiggle down here. And yeah, I mean, you can see that there is a bit of a hard start there just at the beginning. One thing I've noticed is this definitely dries up in the nib more than the other ones. So there's that to be aware of. This pen has a pretty good seal on the cap. This is the Levenger True Writer Select. Fantastic pen. The nib is a dead even medium flow. Like, it doesn't have any problems at all. And this one's a little bit wet. Once you get this ink going, it's perfectly fine, but it seems to be a little bit reticent to start most of the time. Let's try it with this one. This is the Franklin Christoph 27. This is a broad stub. Yeah, once you get going, it's good, but those first couple squiggles, you know, not much going on. So, and these are pens that I've left inks in for a long time and had them start just fine. So, this one does tend to dry up a little bit in the nib. That's it's a thing to be watchful of. So if it's a pen that you don't use very often, you know, maybe use a different ink. But for one that you're going to use a lot or every day, this is perfectly fine. So there you go. All right, this has been Diamine's Majestic Blue. I am Mike. This is inkdependence.com. Please go to patreon.com/inkdependence to find out how you can help support the blog and help me buy cool stuff for the blog and pay for, you know, web hosting and all those incidentals that come along with bloggedness. And, yeah, you can find this probably in the $12 to $14 range at most retailers. Of course, my favorites, I got this one from Bertrand's Inkwell. Give Bert some business. He is a really good dude. Also, of course, Anderson Pens, friends of the show. You can check them out on the interwebs, and, you know, there you go. All right, that's it. I'm Mike. This is Ink Dependence. Peace out.